A warm welcome to the fifth film in our Elements of Architecture series. In it, we look at the elements that top a building. DIN 2761 places roofs in cost group 360. Just as we saw in the previous film on floors, ceilings, cost group 360 is subdivided into level 3 groups. It also covers windows and openings in roofs. In these two drawings of a house, the roofs are clearly marked. They show that a roof is always the topmost element of a building, irrespective of whether it's flat or pitched. This house has both, a walk-on flat roof forming a terrace and a steeply pitched roof over the ground floor area. From a structural and design point of view, a flat roof is just the same as a floor ceiling. Since it forms part of the building shell, however, it is subject to stricter requirements in terms of protection against the weather, durability, heat insulation, and many other factors. Like a flat roof, a pitched roof may simply be a flat element that has been tilted in relation to the horizontal. In practice, however, this is far more complex than it sounds for the time and effort required to construct a pitched solid slab of reinforced concrete, for example, is far greater than that for a flat slab. Remember that concrete is cast in its liquid state, and for an angled surface, it would therefore be necessary to take measures to stop the concrete simply running away. As a result, it's much more common for pitched roofs to be made by the addition of linear elements. This is generally done with wooden beams or steel girders. Flat elements are then laid over these beams or girders to form a roof structure known as a roof truss. Where access is required from the house onto the roof, or if light is to be allowed into the interior of a building or air is to be exchanged through the roof, then openings are needed in the roof. In practice, roof windows are more common than doors in roofs. In this aerial photograph of Leipzig Provost Church, you can make out the two large roof openings through which light is introduced into the interior of the church and the weekday chapel. In DIN 2761, the terms roof covering 363 and roof facing 364 follow the same principle as we saw in the previous film on horizontal elements. Roof coverings sit on top of the roof facings below it. The roof covering used depends on the pitch of the roof and the manner in which water is carried away. On pitched roofs, where rainwater runs away down the roof tiles such as pan tiles are used as the roof covering. Flat roofs need protection against the water that accumulates on them. This is achieved by means of waterproof ceiling films or strips, which must also be fastened down to prevent them being dislodged by the wind. Roof facings, on the other hand, are fitted below the roof. As for ceiling finishes and irrespective of the pitch of the roof, possible roof facings ranged from simple layers of mortar, plaster or paint to complex suspended ceilings like this one in the interior of our Leipzig church. Summary. Roofs are dealt with in cost group 360. A roof is simply the topmost element of a building, irrespective of whether it's a flat or pitched roof. Just like floors, ceilings, flat roofs are flat elements that are positioned horizontally. Since they form part of the building shell, however, they have to meet more demanding requirements in terms of protection against the weather, durability, heat insulation, etc. Pitched roofs are generally made by the addition of linear elements over which flat elements are then laid to form a roof structure known as a roof truss. Please take a look at the sixth and last film in our Elements of Architecture series. It describes some of the other architectural elements you may come across.